Hey guys, this is Vanngo. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I invite the beautiful Madison Kirkbride. She lent me her beautiful canvas to create a makeup look for you. This could be an everyday wear, bridal, special occasion for someone who wants more natural, effortless makeup. I hope you enjoy the video. Give my channel always a lot of love. Subscribe to the channel. Give this video a thumb up. And don't forget to follow all of us on Instagram as well. Thank you. To start every makeup, I always prep the skincare first. The first product I'm using is the lip balm. This one is from Clé de Peau. Actually, all the skincare product today I'm going to use from Clé de Peau. Serum, eye cream, and the moisturizer. This is the eye cream. It is actually one of the most beautiful eye cream I ever used for sure. It's my personal product, but I brought it up because I really like it. So I want to try on Madison today as well. Close your eye. As I always say, be very gentle in the eye area. Also, a lot of you guys asking me about eye drop. This is the eye drop I always use. It's from Lumify. So it's a great eye drop. Take all the red out, but it's not burning or anything. It's just really cooling and hydrating on your eye. The next product is the serum. I always like to press the product into the skin. I mean, you can rub it on if you like to, but I think when you do with the press in motion like this, you really target exactly where you want to apply the product, and the product absorbs in exactly where the area you're doing. Don't forget your neck, your chest. I think it's the whole part of your face. The last product is the face cream. This is more a richer face cream. As I also mentioned in many videos, I like face cream is more richer. If it's too rich, I always blot it off, but I love the richer face cream under makeup. I think it's really hydrated and the makeup go so much smoother. Some just enjoy a little primer. If it works for you like that, then you can do it. It's just personal preference. I love the skin very well prepped before makeup. Always give your face a lot of love, little massage, little puffing. I think it make a big difference. You can also use some cooling device. This one here, I put in the fridge. You can see that it's really cold right now. You can do really deep puff in the face like this. I do recommend to use it when you have some oil, some moisturizer on, instead of going bare face. It's a little harder for me to do on the side, but you get an idea. For the complexion, I'm going to use the NARS Tinted Moisturizer, the Color Corrector, and the Soft Matte Concealer. To start, I'm going to use a little bit of Color Corrector just around the eye area and around the mouth. Look up for me. Madison have quite beautiful skin. She have a tiny few little bump here on the top here, but I don't want to look at that and use a heavy foundation. I think she doesn't need to. I'm using just a tinted moisturizer, and anywhere else I use a soft matte concealer to pinpoint to cover them, but I want to leave the skin quite fresh. And before that, I do the color corrector a little bit to take out some of the redness first. For the tinted moisturizer, I chose the shades a little warmer than the face just because Madison body a little more tan than the face. And you see that's pretty much that's all I'm going to use. Tiny bit and blend it out. This is a great tinted moisturizer for someone who wants a little coverage but not too much. And I think the skin looks like skin. That's the beauty of it. You see that the coverage is very sheer. And then I'm just gonna use the soft matte concealer, mainly under the eye area, around the nose, and I just pinpoint. This is for someone who wants the skin not too heavy. If you want more coverage on the foundation, then this may not be the right foundation for you. You can go with their normal foundation, but it's just very sheer coverage. I think this is great. It's just almost like a moisturizer with a little tint, and then you just use the concealer pinpoint to cover everything else. So you use the concealer to cover the under eye, around the nose, around the mouth, and then you can use the smaller brush, pinpoint brush. You just now pinpoint everything else that you want to cover extra. Keep in mind that I say this in many videos. The concealer you use should be really close to the tinted moisturizer or the foundation when you do pinpoint concealer. This way it doesn't show too much of the demarcation of where the pimple or blemishes that you're trying to cover. You see that I'm doing the color, the concealer is pretty much almost the same as the tinted moisturizer, so it's covered really well. And I know this look like a lot of work, but if you want to have natural skin without looking heavy foundation, this is the best way to do. If you don't have the patience, then you just have to use fully covered foundation. Because the tinted moisturizer, it's gonna cover very little, but it does give you that skin-like finish. If you use a fuller coverage, it will look more heavy for sure. You can see I do just a few pinpoint and I just blend it out throughout the face. I'm doing the same on the forehead on the other side. So really patient when you do this, because that way you can create a flawless complexion without looking too heavy. The next product I'm using, instead of loose powder, I'm gonna do a pressed powder. The shade I'm using is more a lighter shade. And to apply this, instead of a normal powder brush, I'm using the foundation brush. So this is how I'm gonna do. Look up for me. I just really set the concealer and the tinted moisturizer like that. You see what I do? I just really set naturally. Close your eye for me. And you see what I'm doing? Very little. And this way, it's gonna cover really, really well. And you just press the product in. You can see the difference on one side compared to the other. I mean, the skin looks just flawless and it's not heavy at all. You just press the powder in and choose the powder not too heavy texture. This is very sheer powder, and I just dab in like that to set the tinted moisturizer. You see what I'm just doing? Just very little. I'm doing the same on the other side. Yeah, this way of application, it will not disturb your pinpoint concealer or anything that you tried to cover earlier. Remember, these work great for people who have problem skin or anything. This is so easy to make sure you set the product in place, and it will stay the cover stay exactly the way where you want it. You don't want to disturb anything. Sometimes you use the brush, this way it does move the product too much and you going to take away some of the application you have earlier. I'm going to use a bronzer from Charlotte Tilbury just to define more the face shape on the perimeter of the face. And you can see again, I apply very gentle, so don't try to do like this. I say in many videos, just a little bit, and then you just apply the products on the face. This one, it doesn't disturb anything that you tried to cover earlier. You see that? Very little. You can just dab, and you just see it, very gentle. Same on the other side. For eyebrow, I'm going to use two products from M Cosmetic. This is a brow pencil and the brow gel. They have a little tinted color in there. The color I'm using the light taupe for the pencil and taupe for the brow gel. To start, I do a little bit in the front. You see what I'm doing? I just brush it back a little bit, more a softer application. And I'm trying to lift it, the eyebrow, this part up as well. So that's why I'm doing a little bit on the higher part. See what I'm doing? There are questions asked me how hard I'm pressing the pencil to the skin. Very lightly, mainly on the hair and slightly on the skin. So I'm not pressing so much, because when you do really heavy application, the eyebrow gonna look darker, doesn't matter what shade it is. If I use this is a light taupe and I really press into the skin when I do this, it will look dark. So I'm just doing very lightly like this. That's how light I'm doing. You see the application very gentle. And then you see that, and then this part here, I draw it up a little bit. And then draw a little high this part up, just to lift it everything together. Something like that. I just did the same on this side, and then you can use the brow gel to really gel everything up. For eyes, I'm going to use 3 products. The first product I'm using is this eyeshadow palette from Chanel. the long wear eyeliner from Glossier. This is their new version of the long wear liner that just came out. It's more like a brown tone. And then mascara from YSL. To start, I'm going to use this shade right here. I do it all over the lid. And the look I'm doing pretty much natural, so I'm not gonna try to get like a dark shadow or anything like that. This is almost like Madison skin color, just a little peach, a hint of peach in there. This shade here, you can see that, just very soft. And I use this as a primer all over the eyelid. Next, I'm using the same shades for the lower lash line. After that, I'm using these shades here. Close your eye for me. A little bit on the crease area. You see I'm using that just a little bit. Then go back, close your eye. With the brush, there's nothing else, just the shade from you earlier, just blend it out. So remember, this is the brush I use for the lighter shades. So whatever left in here, I use that to blend it out. And you can see the way I'm doing is outward and upward. Madison, look to the camera. So it's something like that. It's very, very easy. One color all around, and then the second color just for the crease area. I'm doing the same on the other side. Again, outward and upward like that. Next, I'm using same brush, and you see this color here is so close, but I'm gonna change the color. Close your eye, and I do mainly from the outer part, and you see what I'm doing right now. Just pull it up a little bit. This color have a tiny bit more depth, so I'm just really lifted the eye a little bit. Madison, look to the camera. You can see that it's very subtle, but does help to really lift everything up. So the first color over the lid, second color just the crease, the third color here, you see that right there. I'm doing the same on the other side. Next is when I'm using the long wear pencil. You can have a tiny blending brush or an angle brush. It's all personal preference. Basically, I'm going to do tight lining. This is like if you want to look really natural on the liner. If you want full on liner, you can use a black color any way you want. This is just like a brown pencil. And the way I'm doing, and I just do it really tight on the lash line. So you look down for me. You can see I just do really along her lash line, right that. It's really just make the eye look more depth on the lash line. Just like that. I'm not draw on the lid at all. I'm just do on the tight lining on the lash line here. See, something like that. And then if you really good with liner that you can do directly. If you don't, you can use a blending brush like this. You see how I'm doing it. If you work as an eyeliner, close your eye and just do a little lift here on the outer part. You can actually draw on it and use the blending brush, blend it out, but I'm doing on the brush so it's easy. You can use gel liner as well It's all up to you. And then just a little lift in the corner. Very subtle. This is like for someone who don't want to look like they wear eyeliner. They just want to have really elongate the eye and a lot of depth on the lash line. And this is a perfect way to do it. And it's something like this. You see that it's just really nice, tight lining without look like you wear a liner. And you can use black liner if you want to. The one I'm using just like a dark brown. I'm doing the same on the other side. So it's something like that. It's just really very fine, tight lining. And with a little liner, just give the eye a tiny lift. I'm going to curl the lashes before I do mascara. I always do. I think it's important if you want the eye look very lifted. For mascara, I'm going to do 1 coat of each, not too heavy. This is a great mascara that you want to have a lot of volume. The only thing that the brush is really big, so you have great for big eye, but if you have a smaller eye, it's gonna be a little tricky, but the formulation is great. For blush and highlighter, I'm going to use the blush from Huda Beauty and this new cream highlighter from Victoria Beckham. It's quite beautiful, very sheer, but it looks like a glow within, which I like a lot. The blush, I love this formulation as well. It's really nice on the skin. And this is the color I'm using. It's more like a pinky tone, but it's quite beautiful. You see what I'm doing? I just do a little bit of dabbing on the brush, and then I just lay on the skin. Go very gentle. You don't want to disturb too much of the foundation powder you do earlier. Same idea that when you do the bronzer, you see I go very gentle. And smile for me, and I'm going to add a little bit here. Normally I like the blush quite high and lifted, but on Madison I think a little bit on the apple of the cheek is actually quite beautiful as well. Sue is here and he looked at the makeup and he said this could be a really beautiful makeup for bridal, really natural and soft for sure. And then I do a little highlight. This one again, you don't want to do rubbing like this, and do it very gentle. This way it doesn't disturb anything. A little bit, keep it on the nose, keep it low, on the other side. For lips, I'm going to use the 2 lip products from REM Beauty. This is more like a nudier tone and similar matching lip liner. To start, I just outline the shape of the lips. Smile for me a little bit. This color is almost like Madison lips color. So I do very subtle outlining. And then it fills in the inside the lips. Turn to me, smile for me. So this lip shade is more a nudier tone, but if you do bridal, you can go more a warmer tone or like a little more pinkier tone for this. To complete the look, I'm going to put some radiance back into the face because I put a lot of like more matte. So I'm going to use the luminous spray from Tatcha. That is the final look, guys. I hope you enjoy the look. This is more like natural skin focus, a little more softer color. Could be anything, could be an everyday makeup or could be bridal, anything you like. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you, Madison, so much for coming to the channel. Give the channel always a lot of love. Subscribe to the channel. Keep this video a thumb up. Share the video. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram as well. Thank you.